Whoop, whoop. What's up, Bearcats? It's Monday night. We're here. We're hanging. We're chilling. It's the HMG Monday Night Raw Watch-Along. Hope your Monday's great, pal. Hope your week is starting off great. Thank you so much for stopping in and hanging out and chilling with us. Whoop, whoop. So, yeah, man, how about that AEW Dynasty last night? Man, that was, especially that finish. Pal. See, I hope you're all doing well. Always a pleasure to see you. Whoop, whoop. Let me turn the volume up on this. Get me Gunther, pal. Damn, if we were doing a bell count tonight, we'd already be at 5. Shit. You know what? I like that little touch that Penta had. Like, he's still wearing his mask, but he doesn't have his but in street clothes and no makeup. I like that. And no face paint and whatnot. I like that. I like that little touch. Whoop, whoop. All right, video package time. I think I'm going to eat me some more chili, pal. Whoop, whoop. Yo, what's up? You got the vet in the house, pal.
Well, howdy.
How you doing? Whoop, whoop.
Oh, you know, just hanging out, awake.
Yeah, I was busy losing. Yeah, I was busy over there, second to losing a fight to a chili container lid.
Oh man. Don't
Give
sell
me
for that shit.
But anyway, give me a video package, Jones, pal.
That's right. It don't matter whether you got 3 hours, 2 hours, infinite hours, undetermined hours. We can always get in some video packages.
Someone say packages, pal.
Total package? Hall of Famer? Total package? Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. Remember when they just refused to call him Lex Luger for that period of time?
Yeah, and the whole like thing where he had like actually had a funeral for himself. Like, Lex Luger's dead. I'm now the total package.
Yep. And I remember even the announcer one time, I think it was like Chris Cruz or somebody was like, Luger, excuse me, package.
Hey, what's up, Rada? Big Radio Face. Good to see you, pal. Whoop, whoop.
Yeah. Radio.
Dude, if we were doing the bell cut tonight, we'd already be at 6.
Oh, you count like the walk-ins and stuff?
Yeah, well, it's technically part of the show. That's, yeah.
It's fair. Just don't accidentally count them twice.
Yeah, I always try to make sure to do it. Wait a minute, we saw it earlier. We saw it earlier.
Whoa.
And now some long ass entrances, pal.
Who wears short shorts?
Io wears short shorts.
And they really messed her up. You think you look at her in this situation that she's in right now with the booking, and she's clearly the favorite of these three women. But they wasted years of her career with this whole damage control bullshit heel turn thing. She turned heel in NXT way back when. She was never supposed to be a heel. Never. They just don't know who these people are, man.
Wasn't Bianca originally a heel when she first debuted?
Oh, yes. She never turned. The people just started cheering. That's it. Because when you do shit like whip people with a giant ponytail and they never seen that before, it gets over. Because what's the best way to be a babyface in? Well, it wasn't 2025 then, but whatever year it was, be a heel. Do something that people like are entertained by.
And stand out and be unique. Like who else is whipping somebody with a giant braid?
No. Plus all her athletic accomplishments. You know, they were basically, as a heel, they were basically showing just like videos of her like as a standout track and field athlete and all this stuff. It's just like, well, what am I supposed to not like?
I'm supposed to boo that?
I guess she was kind of a bitch, but like, again, that's entertaining to television. If being a bitch wasn't entertaining, why are there all these housewife shows on TV that people still watch after all this time, right?
Yeah, how many different cities have we had multiple seasons of Real Housewives of?
Yeah, I don't know how people watch that, but it ain't for me, so... Then there's Rhea Ripley.
Get me the Eradicator, pal. They're still using that name. Why?
It's just something else to say. She definitely had a 180 from, hey, what's up, Charles? What's good, brother?
Howdy, sir.
Great Charles the Hammer. I only got one paycheck from WWE. Charles got a few. Got quite a few more. What are you about to say?
It just seems like the nickname the Eradicator seems like a leftover Vince McMahon relic.
Yeah.
Let's call her the Eradicator, pal.
Yeah, as far as I know, everybody's still here, so she hasn't done her job. Wasn't the Eradicator one of the fake Supermen that came out after the death of Superman?
I don't know. I think I only saw like one Superman movie, and that was like, and I was too young to remember. All I remember was like there was like a fake Superman that kind of scared me.
Yeah, maybe Bizarro is who you're thinking of. He was like the zombie Superman.
All I remember is that he was like completely white.
Yeah, that's Bizarro.
Okay.
That's Bizarro. No, in the comics, after Superman died, there were like 4 other people that emerged claiming that they were like either Superman or the heir to being Superman. One of them was Steel. You know, they made that movie with Shaquille O'Neal, except they took out all references to Superman. But that was originally a Superman character. There was
Yeah, I think didn't he actually replace Superman for a little bit, like in the comics?
kind of. Yeah, John Henry Irons, I think, was the character's name. And then there was another Kryptonian. Well, there was Superboy. There was a cyborg that looked like the original Superman. It looked like a Terminator Superman. And then there was some other person. I swear he was called the Eradicator. That wasn't his name or anything, but
Grok. Who's the Eradicator with Superman?
right, yeah. I asked Grok. Yes, the Eradicator was one of the 4 Supermen who appeared during the Reign of the Superman story arc in DC Comics following Superman's death at the hands of Doomsday and the death of Superman's storyline.
You got Liz in the house, pal. Whoop whoop.
What's up, Liz? Any word on Keanu James?
Out for surgery.
The surgery's done. Now it's recovery phase.
Oh yeah, recovery phase. So they're just turning into a triple threat just cuz.
Yeah, just do it. Specifically, the Eradicator, also known as the last son of Krypton, created a humanoid form for itself based on Superman's genetic template after his death. It believed itself to be Superman and fought crime in Metropolis, but it was far more ruthless and lacked the compassion and moral compass of the original Superman. Its actions were driven by a cold, logical dedication to preserving Kryptonian culture, which often put it at odds with human values.
Got Sonic the Hedge saying Bianca, the oiliest.
Mm-hmm. The oiliest. There's only an 8 dead. It's half a quarter. Yeah. Ah.
She's more fun to watch as a babyface, definitely.
Well, again, this is actually like a heel remnant, because when you tell a Japanese person to have a personality, they kind of default to going crazy because they probably think that's what Americans do, and they're so reserved that to them that's just having a personality. So she started doing weird stuff when she turned heel that she never used to do as a babyface. Get involved in There's a real people food today. What'd you have? Odd booking there, beating Penta. I wouldn't have done.
Nah, I would have kept going down the road of Judgment Day imploding and eventually go with, Dom and Finn.
This game has been out for weeks and you just now noticed he's a 77.
Both of us competing for the Intercontinental Championship at WrestleMania. That's something. Dude, like I was saying earlier, I didn't know you wanted a title shot too. Like, I guess the more the merrier, right?
That's exactly what I was thinking when I got him to agree to put Dominic in the match. Because what's better than one member of the Judgment Day fighting for the Intercontinental Championship on the grandest stage of them all?
Two members.
Now we have double the chance to bring home the Intercontinental title.
You
back
like
to
the
front
Dino
row.
Nugget plushies,
Because
Liz?
It doesn't matter
Are you gonna get one of those?
as long as it's one of you guys.
Of course not. Of course not. But hey, look, we've all heard what people are saying about Dom. That he doesn't have what it takes to win at WrestleMania. That you're not tough enough.
Yeah, I thought about stopping getting that tonight from your favorite pizza place.
That you're a
Sparrow.
loser.
Yep.
Hey, well, tonight,
Burn that shit down. Get Seth Rollins out there.
you go out there and you beat Penta all by yourself.
Dude, they gave me this deal. So I got on their app, I got a reward. Hold on, let me pull it up. It's actually a pretty sweet deal.
Yeah, do what you always do. You're gonna be the
Go
good
on.
person.
Liz said I did until Liv had him.
Mall of America. Biggest mall in the US.
Shit, I wish I could get a. Does Orange Julius have an app? I'd rather get something from there. Why was Orange Julius so good?
He hopes to do that tonight against the inaugural Women's Intercontinental Champion.
So I can order a 17-inch pepperoni pizza for $14 and get a 14-inch for free.
That's a lot of inches.
Yeah,
Send
pal.
that to
That's
my
it.
office.
Yeah, I'm gonna compare it to the Omos and the Lashley, pal.
There's a place in Canada that sells emotional support nuggies. They have one in a Dino onesie, so he's a Dino nuggie.
Well, check this. Table file was popping off. They were talking about all this new technology. There's a T-shirt that can button itself.
But tonight it's chili and chicken wings.
Sweet and the sing. At least there's that. We can't stop him from being
That's pretty good too.
We can't make them right.
They're probably only 5-inch pizza. Hashtag boy math. 66 and 2/3% chance of being dissatisfied.
Meanwhile, you get the genetic freak, you get 133 and 2/3% chance of getting satisfied. You can see not all men are created equal.
Actually, Mr. Jalen, I do feel a little self-conscious.
Yeah, and I feel ridiculous. I mostly feel cold.
See when you join for just $1 down.
We're mixing it up.
We're not slowing down.
I'm checking my form.
55 to 70.
Don't bring in a gallon jug of water or we'll hit the alarm on you.
Showing up.
We don't want you to intimidate all the fat moms that come in for the free donuts and shit.
$16 a month. Cancel anytime. Deal ends Friday, April 11th. Planet Fitness.
Yeah, I used to go there when I used to train, but I'm not doing it anymore.
Premium wireless for $15.
I mean, it's hard to beat the price.
Why not
True.
wireless for $15?
Nice, pal. What you smoking on tonight, pal? Whoop whoop.
$15 a month will always premium wireless for $15 a month. And sometimes
Daily chewing
premium
gum harder than
wireless
ours.
for $15 a month every time. No points for subtlety, right? Let's be honest. Premium wireless for
Just one blunt. Just one fatty for this pimp daddy. Yeet, everyone. So who's talking for the first 20 minutes? It was actually the ladies. The ladies, and you should have seen EO shorts.
day only on A&E. Watch the next day on the A&E app.
Hey, what's up, Lab Rat? Good to see you, pal. Whoop whoop. Yeah, it was the ladies, and it was Judgment Day segment.
Carlito just found out that he's a 77 overall in 2K25.
Nice.
Tonight in Minneapolis. We want to remind everyone that Bailey takes on Lyra Valkyria.
Oh, damn, they just cut out the entrances, huh? I guess that was for
on Friday Night SmackDown.
Super Premium only.
The tag team.
I guess so, Bell.
The winning team.
Honestly, I think the commercial would have been more entertaining than the entrances.
Oh, man, we missed out on the woo, woo, woo. Bailey's entrance sucks. She just walks out. Since there's no Bailey buddies or any hugs or anything anymore, her entrance is trash. But
yeah, it is pretty boring.
Wings. She got wings just like you got wings. She got
Yeah.
booze.
Also, they got bones in them, though.
I think Bailey's kind of coasting on equity now because if she's not doing like the annoying nerd heel gimmick anymore, and she's not doing the hugging super fan anymore, she's just some woman now. Nothing particularly interesting right now. Just a decent hand, and she hasn't even been that lately because a lot of her matches have been kind of rotten. So the one thing she used to be good at, she's kind of lost whatever that is. I hope she can get it back.
It has been kind of at least she has been kind of coasting. Like, she hasn't done anything ever since she turned babyface and left Damage Control.
Charles said Bailey should grow into being a grown woman. Well, that's the problem. She's too young to be old, and she's too old to be young. She's right in that spot in her early 30s where it's just like everything she's doing is kind of blah. All right, but let's.
We will miss you, Kevin.
I like this here though. Look at how look at the sort of like aggression of like they're working for it. See how she's working for the wrist, and then she gets a takedown. Like the little cross face there. They look like they're serious about it.
Right, they're not just giving it to each other, like they're making the other one work for it.
Right.
And I can't tell you how many times, like in training, like I'd go to go for something, they'd be like, "No, I'm not going to give it to you. You got to work for it." All right, I throw a few shots, push it, they push back, throw a few more shots, or do something like or bite. Then I get it.
Yep.
Bailey's got a lot of experience in these ropes.
Being a grown woman's overrated. I'd rather be an ungrown woman.
Champion #1 contender match for Raquel Rodriguez last month. Takedown by Valkyria, who is just improving leaps and bounds.
See, also when you do this stuff, it's like it's wrestling, right? We call it wrestling. You should wrestle. But there's a way to do it without being like going through the motions. You could show some aggression and you could show some struggle.
I was starting to get a little bit of a wake-up call. What this is going to be like with future Hall.
Oh, what I mean by Bailey, man, broken leg.
Wrestling's over.
And Bailey now.
Yup.
Valkyria able to counter.
Good recovery on their part. I'll give them that. That was a botch they fixed.
What'd I say about Bailey? Lara's entertaining as Gallus. You know what? You're about to get a timeout, Brandon. Timeout, Lab Rat. 5 minutes.
Timeout! Timeout!
Don't you ever Say that
Close to
again.
the knee to the temple there. Lyra with a couple drop kicks.
Look at her. Come on.
She's very
Only
much
problem
on
is her
the same way
face.
snake here in
She
Minneapolis.
kind of like
Confidence on her feet. Cartwheel from the champion.
when I look at Lyra's face, I don't believe her.
She's gonna go for the cover now.
She looks like she's remembering stuff.
Maneuver here. The turn Bailey over. What? Lyra now carrying out. Look at this. What? Bailey screaming out of here.
See, there you go. It's easy. It's a visual. You don't. This is nothing. It's doing nothing, but it looks awesome. So it's a way to be visual and give the crowd something to look at without taking bumps or running the ropes or whatever.
Bailey even moving her.
Right. And if the people in the ring sell it, the announcers sell it, everybody in the arena, everybody watching at home, they buy it.
Think about, remember, when a lot of wrestling fans, like we grew up and we would see the magazines, like if we're old. So we would see the magazines and stuff, and the After magazines or WWF magazine or whatever, and they had all these great photos, these action photos, right? And that's how you have to think about in your match. You want moments that you would feel like if there's a ringside photographer, you would want them to capture. If you're not doing anything that can be captured by, like an action pose that can be captured by a photographer, what are you really doing? Probably a lot of like busyness that means nothing. There's a lot of motion for the sake of not being quote unquote boring, right? I got to run the ropes because it's action, not because it makes sense, not because there's psychology to it, but because it's time to do a high spot, so I got to run the ropes.
$6.99 each. Better ingredients, better pizza.
Right, you miss that.
Era?
Yeah, and you lose that whole organic naturalness of like an actual moment happening in the moment.
If you're over, you don't have to do anything really. We all know that. We all hear that. We hear people say that. Your overness carries you, but when you're trying to get over, a lot of the same principles still apply. There's certain things that you could do if a crowd doesn't know you, that they'll remember you when they leave. If it can be something as, I remember Stevie Richards putting it so beautifully when he was looking at a clip of all things. He was watching a clip of Darby Allin and Minoru Suzuki in a match, right? And he was like doing one of the breakdowns, and he paused it on Suzuki's face, like menacing, like the menacing face he's making. He's like, that right there is aggressive. You're talking about being aggressive, and you tell be aggressive to Chris Masters and he breaks my nose with a Polish hammer, but this isn't what aggressive is. It's not just you doing something harder in the ring. It's making people believe that you are real, like this is real for a second. It doesn't have to be, oh, I'm just going to stiff a guy or I'm going to do a cool move. To make people remember you and believe you, they have to have those moments like, oh shit, that guy, I don't want to mess with him.
Grab some Hawaiian Maria cookies.
One side dog, one side be right back.
The ones with the golden wrapper.
Anyway, the point of saying all this is just that for Lyra to get to that next level, because she's decent, but for her to get to the next level, she's got to get to where her actions are second nature and she can concentrate on being a character, whatever that character is. You can even see her like actually, when she's doing spots, you can see her eyes kind of looking down, like she's watching her feet, like she's afraid she's going to trip over them. You guys notice that?
I'm sorry about that.
No problem. Hashtag nuke smart for the Navy.
Bailey Bailey with his
Yeah, make sure you choose your targets wisely before you fire off that nuke, pal.
That's right. Dude, I started watching that Mission Impossible, the whatever the latest one was, because I realized I never watched it, and I was like, this shit is corny. Do people really like this? I've watched all the other 6 Mission Impossible movies, but when I watched the 7th one, I was finally like, hey, wait a minute. This is corny as hell.
Remember, Bailey's got to get her into the ring here. Bailey's got to put her submit the champ in the ring in order to win the title. Bailey now slide.
But I thought of that because they had that Navy thing had like the nuclear sub. That's how the movie starts.
In the Navy.
Oh, Bailey. No, 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 you fucking idiot. Oh my God. Bailey, first of all, that is hilarious the way Bailey just sailed out of the ring and splatted on the floor. But then she completely wasted that bump by like getting back up and then suplexing Lyra. No.
We gotta go to the double down spot. We gotta go to the double down spot. Screw what just happened here.
No, you don't. No, Lyra should have tried to jump on her like a splash off the apron and Bailey move. Then you do the double down. Don't get up and suplex her like you fucking didn't just splat yourself on the floor.
Crowd inside the Target Center in Minneapolis, the Women's Intercontinental Championship.
She better keep her eyes up before she gets closed on for hell. Exactly. Bailey should have a power advantage because the size difference hit her with a chokeslam, Bailey. That's right. She's a couple inches taller. Oh. Okay.
That should be a baller.
Shout out to Skilo.
Finishing move there. Wasn't quite able to get Bailey up the whole time to deliver the blow. And she must have been able to stick the shin as deep as she wanted as well.
Look at Bailey almost not getting up. See what I mean? These are like fundamental issues.
Not quite the same as Bailey was able to kick out. You talk about desperation there. Those elbows from Bailey. It doesn't look like that. Now Valkyria had Bailey in position again. This time with Bailey.
Fuck, you didn't even need to slap your leg on that.
Even functioning after 2 knees to the face in this match. Valkyria has an iron jaw. Steel chin.
Also, it's kind of odd for her to use the far knee. You notice that? She hit her with the far knee instead of the close knee.
Probably like a footing timing thing there.
Well, she should have hit the other ropes, but that wouldn't have looked as good on the hard cam. That's why she went to the far ropes from the hard cam to come back, but then she you have your favored limbs that you like to strike with, so
have been taking a beating back this match. Certainly have. And sunset flip buckle bomb there from Bailey.
Yeah, Bailey's fundamentals are off.
Of Lyra's head as opposed to the temple and mouth.
Yeah, she should be having an off night. That happens.
She's been having an off 3 months. That's why I'm concerned. If it was just one match, I would chalk it up to an off night, like you said.
World here to WWE. All of them. Now Valkyria on the top row.
Physically impossible, but okay.
Great combination by the champion. Can she take advantage? Lyra calling audibles, make room, pulling out all the stops.
You wouldn't front face lock somebody and walk them backwards.
And these 2 women deserve all these accolades. 2 weeks from WrestleMania, they're putting on a show. Valkyria. Bailey, knock the fuck off your practice time.
A great shot for the magazine.
Does this instant classic end here? Valkyria trying to make it the wrong spot. Screaming. Step back down now. A lion tamer right move down by Bailey. Bailey's going to be here.
A lion tamer like move.
He said instant classic.
He might have.
It's an instant classic, much like many things that are instant, you know, these days. Not that great. That was a bunch of bullshit, Liz says. 10 stars, Labrat says. Woo! Don't worry, guys. I'm going to be on the... Hi, guys. This shit is cringe. Hi, Frank. Ace of Eats, pal. What's up, Gam? I'm going to be on the... I Like It Raw tomorrow, so we won't have any lies about people not doing the woo for Lyra. Did that match have a purpose? It was for the Women's Intercontinental Championship, Charles.
Yeah, and I think they did a promo last week too of how Lyra's the only, or Bailey's the only person who's pinned Lyra since she became champion. She kind of wanted to, you know, rectify that.
Mm-hmm. Early clock in, yeah. I got my nap earlier. Why give up on a submission only to get pinned? I could have justified that if they had done it better, but in that instance, just cause Lyra touched her ankle a little bit, she gave up on it. I don't like that. She should have got the ropes. She should have let her work to the ropes after failing the first time.
Yeah, a million other ways you could have gotten to the finish out of there.
One million finishes. Oh, who the fuck is this? Oh God. Well, he's got a shirt on at least.
You have a new comedy special on Netflix, Lucky. Tell me all about it.
This is my 6th Netflix special, and I think.
Whoa, Kathy, hold on here. Bert, good to see you. And I know you're a friend of mine too. I mean, which is the only reason you'd have to come to Minnesota to see the only shining star to ever come out of this city, right? But fortunately for you, I'm not competing with you. I hate to break it to you, but it's a treat. You get to watch my boys take down the LWO along with the greatest luchador of all time, El Grande Americano.
It was a little awkward, but I apologize. I didn't
Couldn't press the buttons fast enough. Only Bailey could see the 2K25 submission bar, so she let the move go.
It's hard.
Yeah, there's a lot of 3-ways at WrestleMania this year. Pornhub approves, pal.
Yeah, because if you're gonna have 5-hour shows with 4 matches on them, then you gotta get more people on there some way.
Very true. Oh yeah, what did you think of that vignette with the family And basically, that's how they did the intro to characters of Dark State, where they basically like did like profiles on. They had every member of the family. You like read a profile of each member of the Dark State.
Well, I tore it apart, obviously, because I think the way I put it on Next Level Review was oh shit, Lab Rat. Look at Lab Rat. He's testing out money. Thanks, Lab Rat. Appreciate you, man. On the next level, I said, oh, so you guys hired somebody to do profiles on all these people, even though these guys have been around for weeks and the announcers have already stooged off all their names and everything, so we can look them up ourselves. It's like you have Big Joseph out there saying, hey, that's Dion Lennox. Like, and then like 5 weeks later, you come in with a little folder that says, this is Dion Lennox. Like,
That's the one I got the world.
yeah. Yeah, it is. We knew.
GPT?
Thank you.
What do you think about this
You
part?
know, that's the kind of shit you kind of want to like.
They need help with. What does Charles Barkley really need help with?
You
Uh-oh.
kind of want to set that up better. You kind of want to have that a little earlier on in the storytelling there.
Yeah.
New customers.
Yeah, I can't really. Yeah, that part I must have missed that because, like I said, I kind of catch NXT here and there, miss certain stuff. So yeah, I must have missed that. But yeah, from what I thought that was. I just knew that those guys were attacking. I didn't know any of their names.
Yeah, it's also like, so these people have already been identified. That's why that scene was redundant, right?
Okay.
But on top of that, they're doing the terrorist angle, the same thing that Sanity did, the same thing that the Nexus did, the same thing that Retribution did, all failed gimmicks that were terrible. I mean, they pushed Nexus harder than any of them, but they all did the same thing. And you have these 4 guys that are nobodies, which I guess is the point. It's like, well, we're nobodies, so we're going to band together and become somebody. I guess that's the psychology of the angle. But if you're nobody, that means you have no value to the company. So when you break in and vandalize the Rock's daughter's office, you just get fired. There is no, oh, well, I guess we'll give you entrance music and lights, and we'll give you a graphics, and we'll give you a team name, and we'll give you airtime, and we'll do all that. You know, people, instead of being arrested for crimes, they get, you know, more TV time. And I'm just tired of wrestling doing that. It's so fake. Everything about it is so fake. And I get it. Like, I understand, like, from your point of view, you turn on NXT, you see something that's a little different, and automatically you want to think, like, okay, you want to give them credit for thinking outside the box or doing something that's not just the normal tried and true way of doing something. But in some ways, it's worse to do things like that because it exposes the phoniness even further for anybody that has half a brain. Like, even kids watching this shit could be like, I don't get it. Why, you know, this doesn't make sense. There's no logic behind it. And then you think about this. When has anything like that, other than the Nexus back when the WWE was in the fucking toilet, when has any of that ever been at a main event level? This shit does not go to the main event. It doesn't. The main event is guys just doing the stuff you'd expect guys like that to do. What was the most compelling segment on SmackDown this week?
For all the wrong reasons, I have to say Tiffany and Charlotte.
Okay. That may have been the most compelling segment. But what was supposed to be the most compelling segment?
Punk, Heyman, and Reigns.
Right. They're sitting there talking about a favor. That's your main event. And people were eating it up. Right? It's like, because all it was talking about a promise, a favor, and loyalty. You know? Not, I'm going to break into the Rock's daughter's office and spray paint on the wall. That corny shit does not make WrestleMania main events. It never will. and everybody wants to be in the WrestleMania main event. So
I'm here with AJ
my thing is just get fucking with it.
A lot of audacity last week. Said a lot of things.
I think everybody's been trying to recreate the NWO. That's what the problem is like, you're not going to capture that lightning in a bottle ever again.
Right. In retrospect, the NWO was stupid too. We just remember it better. I can break that down, but I'll let AJ talk for a minute.
Experience. How did experience work for you last week? And who exactly got embarrassed? Explain this whole situation to me, please. What is it that you want to hear? What is it that you want from me? You know exactly what I want. What I want to do is help you. We need.
Is it just me, or does it seem like Cross is trying to style his hair and facial hair like AJ's?
Yeah, I've seen other people observing that. Like whoever he's trying to talk to, he has a similar hairstyle. It's like a subtle thing he's doing.
I'll talk to Adam Pearce. And next week on Monday Night Raw, I'll give you a taste.
Ah, nice. Nice. He saved it.
Hey, LWO set for 6-man.
It's AJ and a giant AJ.
Become quite the separating rivalry.
Yeah, so
LWO and El Grande.
as for NWO, it's funny, the NWO is still here. Look. This is a holdover from the WCW too.
Well, they are, so I'm going to take it back to half 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, I mean, people remember NWO fondly as far as like, it was very shocking when Scott Hall showed up on Nitro. We all know that. And the way they did it at the start, you know, everything up to the Hogan reveal was pretty good. And then there were many weeks where it was just really bad, but we don't think about that. We don't think about like, hey, look, it's M Wall Street. No, we don't think about those kind of things, right? We just remember the stuff that we liked. Remember what I said earlier? What's the best way to get over as a babyface in 2024?
Be a heel.
Did they really think people would hate this? But I bet Brutus is really excited with the announcement of Donkey Kong Bonanza for the Nintendo Switch 2. Like, I bet he's already pre-ordered and everything. Well, he can't pre-order a Switch 2 yet, but he might have been able to pre-order the game. I'm not sure.
Well, he's been training them for many months now. So that was Chad Gable. This is El Grande Americano. Well, learning as much as we can about Mr. Grande.
Yeah, like, this is so over the top ridiculous. It kind of crosses into that, you know, it's on at that line of so bad it's good, you know.
Cam says that Be a Star campaign was so stupid. I know, especially since they were like raping people. Way to practice what you preach.
Be a star. Be a star shitter on chicks' heads.
I consider that a form of bullying, you know.
It's a little, just a little.
Wearing the American flag bandana. Got American gear. They're American made. Daniels Ford.
Yeah, to me, I thought the most damning thing in that amended lawsuit was that one text message of Vince saying, like, I need you to sign this now, otherwise I'm going to get fucked out of my own company and shut out. Like, and that's exactly what ended up happening.
Or that phone call, that long phone message or whatever.
right there is what Joaquin Law has been doing for a long
Yeah, I think that. Yeah, whatever he said that in like that's how he knew. Like to me, that's like he knew what he was doing was wrong.
Yeah, trust me, there's a reason why everything's going down the way it is.
And now everybody gets involved. Gotta go.
Way to build Mania. Just throw everything against the wall.
There were no tags.
Well, these guys ain't gonna be on it, so this is. Oh my god! Oh my god! They crossed each other up, and he had to stop. Raul got caught. Wait, his name's not Raul anymore. Oh my god, he almost got caught again. Brutus almost rolled into him. Dude, this poor guy. I don't know how he still has a job, to be honest. I can't believe this guy's had a job for so long. No offense to him. I'm thinking more in terms of like how the office would see him. Like, you're a guy with no charisma, no physique, no anything. And he's lasted all the way since the Cruiserweight Classic till today. I don't even know his name anymore. It used to be Raul Mendoza. Now he's some extra Mexican name that nobody would be named.
That's not the Americana. Now look at Corey.
Uh-oh. Okay. You got to bump off center so it hurts more.
What action? Here on Netflix.
3 roommates. 2 packs.
And another thing, why they take Uncle Ben off the package? I feel like this is erasure. Under the guise of sensitivity. Cruz del Toro, you're right. It's like it's just like you just had like a Spanish textbook or whatever, and you opened to a page and pointed at things.
Get paid when you say. My pay. Get started at shine.com.
That was literally how they came up with Desmond Wolf for Nigel in TNA. Yeah, like Nigel said, like, yeah, Russo just went to a search engine and said popular British names and said, okay, Nigel. I'm sorry, Desmond. Okay, Wolf. All right, you're Desmond Wolf now.
Yeah, I guess. I mean, why not? It worked out for him, right?
It looked like they were doing something with him until the Hogan Bischoff regime took over.
Was that where his health issues started, though?
I think so. Like, yeah, because that was right when WWE passed on him because of those health issues. So TNA's like, well, we'll sign you. And they immediately put him into a program with Kurt Angle and had him like getting the better of him.
Yeah. I waited a long time to do my taxes. I just got my federal refund this week. I know that's exciting to everybody. Just I don't know.
Congrats,
Doing
pal.
commentary. Naming the sales like streamers, 2 verbs and a noun.
Very, pretty much, yeah.
Nigel McGuinness was cool in OVW. Was he there? Was that after I left? Was that when Ring of Honor guys came in, like Chris Hero and that?
Morgan and Morgan. He not only gets a lawyer.
I think I already quit by then.
Lawyers like Sam and Jessica who are in it to win it. He gets his
And Claudio coming in being like, all right, for my match, I want to do 50 uppercuts. I always do mine's January. Yeah. I normally I do. Just lazy. Muffin money for the upcoming shows. Yeah. I haven't eaten muffins in a while. I think about it sometimes. Sometimes I'm at the grocery store and I look at the muffins and I'm like, should I? But then I'm like, nah. I'm on a diet. I'm doing good. That reminds me of my one Spanish teacher. Instead of calling us be the Latin versions of our English name, she randomly picked our names. I was Pilar. Like, what the fluff? Dragon Lee and Julius. Orange Julius. Red, white, and blue Julius. Oh, here comes that guy, Cruz del Toro. His suspenders are down. How are his tights staying up with his suspenders down? This man is a wizard.
Cruz del Toro is flying 1,000 miles an hour nearby.
Could be sewn on like Conan's underwear and pants.
I just hope it doesn't whip anybody in the eye or something.
Ooh, yeah, that is kind of a safety concern. Or somebody getting a limb caught in it, or like an ankle or a wrist or something.
Damn, he almost just fell off the top rope instead of jumping. This is more ring time than Raul's got in the past like 5 years.
Grande standing switch now by Del Toro. Nani as well. There's a roll on it. Tony got the fights, but I kick out at 2. What we've learned thus far, Grande America.
Yeah, get the star in there.
The fights a little bit. Dragon Lee now. Double team coming from the LWO.
What the fuck was that?
Like somebody almost got their neck broke.
The Americano's gonna think he really is Chad Gable.
Is that supposed to be a suplex?
I have no idea.
Chad suplexed him?
I have no. Alex said somebody almost died. Wait, are we just getting some random cuts? It's like we went from one cut to another, like we just lost like a several frames of footage there.
Come on, Lee Fitting. Quit hitting on the ladies in the truck and get to fucking work. Oh my God! Joaquin Wilde. That's why they call him that.
Del Toro doing here? Del Toro now.
Get me Brando and Jaime Los Ataques Impacto. 30 minutos, pal. 30 minutos, amigo. Hey, what are you doing, Grande Americano? You just loaded your mask. Ow! Ow, Dios mío.
Whoop whoop! Thank you, pal.
Don't headbutt him. Oh God, he headbutted him, and he scooted over. Look at him scooting. Look at him scooting still.
Yep.
Oh my God.
And make sure he does the Benoit headbutt. Well, not quite the Benoit headbutt. There was a lot of that last night on Dynasty. Like, I think it was Adam Cole. I want to say it was Adam Cole. I'm not 100% sure. I want to say it was Adam Cole. Like, he made sure, like, to, all right, take a bump, get both my pads.
Yeah.
what you put underneath his mask. He flushes against the stripper. He smoked up what he did it. Did he pay for it? Brady Americano comes down from the clouds. Handcuffs it just been looking 1, 2, 3. I think what we've learned thus far is El Brady Americano is going to get away.
Not much. You didn't miss much.
Let's last the entire show.
Play each night, Thursday, April 17th, and Sunday, April 20th.
Oh shit! Labrat gave us $1.49. We can get a hot Costco Polish.
Whoop whoop. That's one boom right there. Boom.
Hey, where was the Fat family on the show last night? I watched 0 Hour and they weren't on it.
Yeah, I know. Where were they? Where's the Costco guys, pal?
Lazy fat fucks missing work.
Thank you again, Labrat. Much love to you, brother. Whoop whoop.
Is that guy behind Pat McAfee supposed to be dressed like Dante from Devil May Cry because that's a new cartoon on Netflix?
I could definitely see that, man. I mean,
Bert Kreischer's right there. Is that like what's his name? Avi Shankar?
Tell you what happened last week on Monday Night Raw. The world champion Gunther making a statement in a match against James Glover.
Get to the bottom of this right now.
Whoop whoop.
Fat family trapped in the Costco bakery? Yeah, trapped.
Is indeed beatable.
What's his name? Avi or Adi? Avi? Research? No, Adi Shankar? Yeah.
He OD'd on the Nashville barbecue rib section, the deli section.
Oh my God, it is him. I don't even have to find the actual picture. This is the guy. That guy was sitting there dressed like Dante. I'm going to his Twitter. I know he's already posted a picture of himself. Had to. He definitely produced that anime because it's all over his timeline. All right. Well, it's not helping, but let me get to the Grok it up. Grok will know because it searches through Twitter. So, all right, is Shankar dressed on?
Oh, dude, remember back in the remember back in the day, like in the late '90s, when they would always pimp out all the USA shows on Raw because they knew that was the highest rated show. Remember, like La Femme Nikita, Silk Stockings,
Pacific Blue.
Pacific Blue. Yep.
Based on information available from posts on X and web results, it appears that Adi Shankar, known for his work on Devil May Cry, is indeed present at the WWE Monday Night Raw event on April 7, 2025 in Minneapolis, and some reports suggest he is dressed as Dante from the Devil May Cry series. It's funny. However, these are social media observations that should be treated as inconclusive until confirmed by official WWE sources. You don't have to protect yourself, Grok. It's okay, you know. Or no one's going to sue you. Show me some posts.
Yeah, we need some spiked bat work, pal. I need to see a nail bat hanging from somebody's back.
From at Gamer Wrestling Nut, 7:12 p.m. Central. Adi Shankar is behind the announcers at Raw, and yeah, he's dressed as Dante, red coat, white hair, the works. Love seeing video game vibes at wrestling. That's funny. They'll probably go to him later and be like, hey, this is that guy. He's dressed like that other guy from the thing.
I can say this from
A renegade.
like I'm like we've talked about before how I used to play WoW a lot, and dude, I would go into the message boards, like it's story message boards, to talk about the lore and characters and everything in the World of Warcraft universe. And in the message boards, they would use terms: face turn, heel turn, jobbed out, squashed, in the context of the story, in the proper manner.
Mm-hmm.
Which kind of started convincing me of like wrestling's kind of been there's a lot of crossover between like the more RPG nerd gaming and wrestling.
Well, yeah, if you knew how to use a computer, you must have been a wrestling fan.
Yeah, sure. I remember in 2000 I was going to WWE.com. In fact, that was where I first learned that they bought WCW. Like I remember like that like the Monday of where it was going to be the simulcast. I go to the website and it's like, wait, what? Like as soon as it sit on there, had the WWF logo and it says purchases WCW on there. I'm like, wait, hold up, wait.
Right.
And then like once the show started going off, I'm like, damn.
Yeah, it's bananas.
Yeah, I know, for real, dude. That's not insane.
And USA had the picture-in-picture.
Okay.
I'm working on it.
Today, she's watching her first hockey game.
Get me USA up all night with Rhonda Shear.
I think I remember that vaguely.
Yeah, they would just show shitty movies.
Get 5% cash back.
I had a crush on Rhonda. Who didn't?
To a degree, Liz, that actually is very true. I mean, there's obviously limits, but they have very, very wide customizable options in WoW. Like very wide. Problem is, like a lot of the customization options and gear and transmogrifications, you kind of got to work for. That's just the problem. You got to put the time and effort into it, and it's just not really all that worth it, unless that you really, really want it.
Check it out. At Planet Fitness, you can get free unlimited fitness training. Save when you join for just $1 down.
We're mixing it up.
We're not slowing down. I'm checking my form.
55 versus 70.
We're just gonna keep showing up.
You coming? Save $28 or more when you join.
I'm coming, pal.
$15 a month.
Yes, I'm coming.
Planet Fitness. We're all strong.
What are you doing down there?
Put the cookie down now.
Are these all your lunches? You mean you eat other people's lunches? Stop it.
There is no bathroom. Yeah, I mean, we're gonna need you all to sign some NDAs, pal.
Even if you didn't know WWE, you knew what this meant. They were doing some off-the-wall, crazy, fly-by-the-seat-of-their-pants stuff. That's just the right thing for that time period. It was perfect.
The DX Triple H, he's just going to tell a very inappropriate joke.
Because they were doing lots of revolutionary things. Well, actually, they were just doing one thing a million different ways, talking about penises. But it's okay because it was revolutionary. It changed the business.
That was a fantastic movie.
He's one of the funniest people I know.
traveled up and down the roads together, and we made me laugh every stretch of the way. And if you're not down with that, then you're too much for Fontainebleau in Las Vegas is the official hotel of WrestleMania 41. Will host the 2025 WWE Hall of Fame ceremony on Friday, April 18th at 10 p.m. Pacific, 2 hours after SmackDown ends. So the actual disaster, the original match from WrestleMania 13 between Stone Cold Steve Austin and Bret Hart.
Emma, pick up the toy and bring it back to the coffin.
I'm not policeman, I'm princess. Take it back. All right.
Tonight's Impact Attack will be brought to you by Kindergarten Cop.
Celebrating the legends that made this business what it is today. Cannot wait to celebrate the past.
We should start like going back and seeing like those other like great like late 80s, early 90s movies. Like that was like that area between like late 80s, early 90s. That was its own era, in my opinion.
We're live on Netflix, where tonight's show is presented by.
Well, I always thought it was funny when people say like, "Well, Arnold Schwarzenegger is not a good actor." I'm like, I'm sorry, have you seen any of his movies?
I thought Kindergarten Cop was his best, in my opinion.
Well, Twins also.
I saw that like once when I was very little and barely remember it.
Well, you need to remember it. Hey, look, it's Pee Wee Herman. Pee Wee Herman's the world champion. When did this happen? I thought that guy died.
Oh yeah, the principal in that movie was great. Yeah, she was awesome as well.
Yeah, the great Linda Hunt. She didn't die, did she? Or did she?
Last I checked, she was still doing NCIS.
That shows okay. Yeah, she is 80. Only 80?
I have to believe that there was a reason that Gunther is sporting a red tie tonight.
Nah, not seen that yet, unfortunately.
What is that? A working man? What's that? All these movies with their stupid titles these days. Back in my day, you named a movie something simple, like Twins or Kindergarten Cop. Not a working man.
World Heavyweight Championship fight at WrestleMania. Is that man?
Oh, nice.
Takes on a Royal Rumble winner.
So Jason Statham? Oh. Well.
Oh, yeah, another actress who went on to do other things in kindergarten, who was in Kindergarten Cop. You know who played the woman who played Schwarzenegger's partner? She went on to play. This is the only other notable role I remember her in was Leslie Knope's mother in Parks and Recreation.
Oh, really?
Yep.
Yeah, only like 30 years later, she would go on to play Leslie. But hey, better late than never. They modeled Hetty after her. Is that the person that made the costumes? Because that was definitely a dude doing that voice.
As Minneapolis is cheering, they want Jay right in Gunther's face.
So is Jay gonna do the run in and make Gunther bleed? Maybe. Maybe that's why he's wearing a nice white dress shirt.
Yeah, for anybody who's not quite smart, if somebody's wearing white, 99.9% chance they're gonna get blood on them. Whether it's their own or somebody else's, well, we gotta wait for it to play out.
It's funny. It's ironic that Lab Rat says that because in that movie they were lab rats. They were test tube children.
Did they ever make the sequel Triplets with Eddie Murphy?
No.
Damn, I thought they did.
No. No, they wouldn't have been able to sneak that by us.
That's one of those things where it's like people need to get over shit, and it's like, okay, this is a point. This is a pointing out the obvious joke. It's not insensitive. It's not, going after something like that. It's a pointing out the obvious.
Well, I'm sure that's not why they didn't do it.
Oh yeah, I forgot. Sorry, knee-jerk reactions immediately go to the sense of people getting offended over it.
Yeah, if they were ever going to do that, it would have been a lot closer to 88 back when all those guys were much hotter and people didn't care about that kind of stuff. But
yeah, I forgot, studio legality, productions, issues. Yeah.
Eddie Murphy was busy making other much more terrible movies, but at least he could be the star in them. Conan, Pumping Iron, Predator OG. A Running Man. Little Test Tube Baby. Oh, the late, great Robin Harris, even though that was Faison Love doing his voice in that cartoon.
All righty, so what do you say? We go through this segment and then we cut her off and go to Impact Attack?
Yes. So let's hope they wrap it up.
Better wrap that gavel up, B.
What the hell?
Yo, it's real simple, B. It says wrap it up. I need you to wrap it up.
Jay's not in a yeeting mood tonight. How about Look Who's Talking? That was pretty good. The first one.
First one was definitely better than the rest of them.
Frank says Jay's going heel, yeah. If this was like a Bin Hameen stream, he'd be like, oh, so Jay's wearing all black, so what's he, a heel now? You got Jay wearing black and you got Gunther wearing white. It's all fucking backwards.
Yeah, or it's wrestling and Gunther's gonna get blood on him. And Jay usually wears black, and that's in his character. Yo, I am your manager, B. What's up? What's up?
Yeah, your manager. That's what I am, the manager. Can I help you?
Hell yeah, I suck toes. Welcome to Pop Copy. How can I help you?
He's shaking. He's just like all those people on social media. I'm literally shaking right now.
You got a mom. You talk to your mom.
We got cold-blooded in the house. What's up, pal? Good to see you. Whoop, whoop.
Family stuff. She asked you like, how's the wife? How's her grandson doing? Walk the dog. Cook dinner. What did you eat? You know what I'm saying? Those regular family stuff. I got a mother too. You wanna know what me and my mom talked about this week? You wanna know what I had to tell her? Her oldest son laid up in a hospital bed. Her oldest son got 15
Who's that?
Start now. You wanna know what I told her? I told her I was afraid. I told her I was afraid of you.
Uh-oh.
But you had me, Gunther. You had me, man. You had the drop on me. You was 3 steps ahead of me. You playing chess. I'm playing checkers. You had me. I don't get my family involved. And you know how I feel about my family. They do. Especially Jimmy. You violated my brother, left him a bloody paw when I was in time to the ropes. Look, Goose, I sat here and I watched you wipe my brother's blood all over your body. Now his blood is on my hands too. I ain't never felt so hopeless, so helpless, disrespected, pissed off, mad, angry, damn near scared.
Yeah, I think.
Yeah,
Jason-
you ain't. Yeah, you ain't gonna come out here and say this. You're gonna jump him and beat the fuck out of him. You ain't gonna tell him how you feel.
Also, he could be saying all this to Roman Reigns like 3 years ago. It's nothing new. Jimmy's gotten beat up lots. It's not a big deal.
In front of the world, man, a light bulb went off on me, Goose. Ain't that something? You know what I realized? You wanna know what I realized, Zeus? Ain't Gunther, look at me. I'm not afraid of you no more.
Now I'm thinking of Home Alone and Kevin McAllister. Hey, I'm not afraid anymore. You hear me? I'm not afraid anymore.
Before WrestleMania, hug and kiss your family. Before WrestleMania, the night before, I'm gonna lay my head down and I'm gonna say a prayer. I'm gonna pray about you, more so for me. And I'm gonna ask the Lord to forgive me for the man who I'm about to become. Because at WrestleMania, I'm gonna get you. I'm gonna get you for me. I'm gonna get you for Jimmy. I'm gonna get you for my whole damn family. And I'm gonna take the world heavyweight championship.
Well, that was a great promo by Jay. Unfortunately, it was about the stupidest thing ever. Too bad he couldn't have had another promo to do that, to put that much energy into, you know?
For the first time, this game so made its decision after winning the Royal Rumble to take on Gunther for the world title at WrestleMania. For the first time since that point, Gunther, in my opinion, has lost the upper hand in this rivalry. The emotion brought out of Jey Uso after the
But that's what you get when you get, like...
Gunther forcing Jey
I mean, I'm sure this is, you know... This is all wonderful for the people that are in the writer's room coming up with this stuff that are, like, they couldn't get jobs on, like, real sitcoms or like cable dramas or things like that because their shit sucked so bad that they had to get a job at wrestling. But
course, something up at WrestleMania next week.
This is what you expect from a generation of people that think this is good.
WrestleMania will take place in Las Vegas.
Talking about feelings and stuff.
Want me to be there and be a part of that. Speaking of Friday Night SmackDown, what about what happened at last Friday night? Situation involving Paul Heyman, CM Punk, Seth Rollins.
How does this draw money for WrestleMania? Oh, that's easy. That's the easiest question, Charles. It's like this.
Wise man. Yes, my tribe.
This washes everything away. And we're gonna yeet ourselves on out of here and get ready for the next show, the Impact Attack.
Yep, yeah, it's probably a little bit of a late start. I'll try to take a 10-minute break, stretch out, go to the bathroom, get yourself something to drink, get yourself something to smoke, get yourself something to eat. We'll be back right here about 10 minutes, pal. Take care, yeet yeet. We'll see you then. Whoop whoop.